My friends, I have missed talking with you. I can't believe it is September already. I'm here in my favorite place, the veranda, but I'm at a new address. So, last month was an experience, wasn't it? With that crazy and sorrowful story about Archibald John? Yes, it was. I just got back from Barbados, where I attended a week-long program for work because I got a promotion. It was hectic, but I enjoyed every minute. Yes, there have been a few changes in my life as of late. Now, some people had sent me messages while I was away, asking if there were any updates on Anne, Harry, or Winston. I couldn't respond because I'd forgotten my cell phone at home, and part of me was glad I did, actually, because another bizarre story began to unfold 2 days before I returned, and I know if I had my phone, it would have consumed and distracted me for sure. So, for those who wanted an update about the series of events I've named Lazarus, there has been one new and very significant development, but I'll get to that in a bit. Anne is still at Blackstone Psychiatric Facility. Harry is still in hospital, unresponsive. No one has seen Winston, the other gravedigger who fled the country the day after the corpse theft. And it is rumored he wants to come home, but is afraid of possibly serving jail time. And finally, the 2 men who went searching for Mr. John, for those of you who haven't listened to the Discovery story, those men were found dead at Devil's Fork in Bridgeville. They were possibly abducted and experimented on. If you want to know a bit more about that, just check out the Discovery. It's a 6-part series, very short, but you'll find the details there. Now, on to the story developing in that same parish. Two days ago, a man named Felix contacted the police. He believed his elderly neighbor, Cleophas Ringwald, was being attacked. There was screaming coming from the house, and it sounded like an altercation was taking place. A very violent altercation. Felix did not go to assist his neighbor, and he said the reason was there was great uncertainty as to what he would be walking into. When the police and ambulance services arrived, they found Cleophas Ringwald on his living room floor, lifeless. When Felix was questioned by the police, he was stammering uncontrollably. He did manage to tell the officers that he'd seen a man enter Mr. Ringwald's home just before he was attacked. The remainder of his verbal report was not coherent. Remember I mentioned a friend whose uncle's wife's cousin is a policeman? For the sake of anonymity, I will refer to them as just Ghost. The unofficial word from Ghost is that a search of the house and premises did not yield any obvious items that could be used as a weapon on Cleophas. In fact, he did not have any visible injuries on his body. However, the search was far from fruitless. They made a grim discovery. In the bedroom, on top of a set of pine chest of drawers, was a small mahogany box. And in this wooden box, there was a heart. A human heart. A human heart, still damp, with blood. Folks, why did this man have a human heart in his possession? Whose heart is it? Was it put there by someone else, or did Mr. Ringwald take it? Could it be we're looking at two possible murders and not just one? And something else is not sitting right with me, folks. It seems to be common knowledge that Felix and Cleophas got along very well. Felix would keep Mr. Ringwald's garden nice and tidy, give him haircuts, and even occasionally run errands for him or take him to his doctor's appointments. So I'm wondering how he could hear this man in obvious distress and not run to help. It is reasonable to not want to involve oneself in a situation that could cost you your life. But given their relationship, I'm assuming things would have taken a different direction. Felix is said to be a strapping 6-foot man in his late 40s. Now, I know size and strength don't indicate how much courage someone has. But no, something is off here. I can't see myself drinking water and minding my business with this one, my friends. I'm going to message a few people and try to get the mobby on this one. I also have some catching up to do with Gina. She sent me a voice note about a very unusual death that occurred while I was overseas. And she thought it would pique my interest, seeing I have a fondness for anything out of the ordinary. When your friends know you, they know you. Well, I'm signing off now. I got home less than an hour ago. I am quite exhausted, but I just had to share this one with you. And of course, you will hear from me the second I learn something new. Have a good evening, folks.